Hi there, my name is Maria Gurieva. I'm the founder of Studyamerica, and we help international students from all over the world get accepted to top US universities. In this video, let's talk about how American universities choose their students and what is important to know in order to succeed in your admissions. The American universities choose their students differently from all other countries. They have a very unique system of the application process, and it's important to know what is this system in order to get accepted. Let's discuss all of this in this video. Let's go. The main difference from the admissions process in the United States from all other countries is the holistic review, is when the student is considered in his environment, in his or her environment. So if a student, for example, is studying in a high school in the United States, which is extremely prestigious, they have a lot of AP classes, they have very strong programs, then this student is considered how well he or she performed in this environment. Did he or she take those AP classes? Did they succeed in those classes? So a lot of those things are considered in the environment. And let's say we have another student who is studying abroad in another school which doesn't have all these AP classes, which is a normal high school in a country. This student did not have any opportunity to take stronger classes or to choose their own academic program. Then it's unfair to compare those two students and see, okay, this student has AP classes and he succeeded in there, this student doesn't have, and so, well, this student is weaker. This is not how the American universities consider students, and this is what holistic review means. For example, if a student in a high school in the United States with a lot of AP classes didn't take those AP classes because they were too hard, and this student decided not to take those, then this is a bad thing for this student, because this student didn't use all the opportunities that he or she had. However, the student in a high school abroad didn't have those opportunities, so it is not a disadvantage that this student doesn't have any AP classes. Another thing about the holistic review is that the United States universities do not only consider the grades, but also consider the personality. And the personality becomes even a more important factor than the grades, because the grades, they help the universities make the first selection. However, the final selection is made according to the personality. This system was built for a long time, and they didn't have this system at the beginning. They only were considering grades, like in many other countries, grades and exams and academic achievements. However, at some point, the universities in the United States became so prestigious, so attractive. They had so many students. 50,000 applications are sent every year to Harvard or to Stanford, 50,000 students to consider. And a lot of those students have great academic achievements, but the spaces are limited. So they decided that they need to not only consider the academic achievements, but also the personality. And the personality part of the application and of the holistic review includes essays, includes recommendation letters, includes activities. Through the essays, the student describes his or her character and explains important events in his or her life. So the student talks about his or her experience, and in this experience the university gets a feeling of what this person is. Of course, the activities and the recommendations also help the university get a feeling of what the student is like. And also interviews. When the university holds an interview with a student, then it also gives a very good idea of what the student is like. And the personality part of the application in the holistic review is even more important than the academic part, because, for example, at Stanford University, out of 68% of students that passed the SAT test on the highest score possible, 1600 out of 1600, 68% of those students did not get into Stanford, although their academic achievement were the highest possible. And even students that had less scores for the SAT got accepted instead of them, because the final decision is made according to the personality. And the students, 68% of the students with the highest grades in the SAT did not match in terms of the personality. In some way, the SAT scores higher than 1400 is already a great score. So the student passes the first selection, and then this is the competition again in personality. And if you want to get that personality personality part very well, definitely check out my free masterclass. We'll talk about the academic part of the application and the personality part of the application. So I'll talk about my own experience of how I got accepted to Columbia University in the city of New York, which is part of the Ivy League, and about my students who also got accepted to top US universities. The link is in the description. This is important to understand about the holistic review, that you need to not only work on your grades and scores, because it's also very important because this is the first selection, but you need to also make a very big emphasis on personality, on your personal brand, how you build it, how you present it to a university. Even a strong personality can even help you with the lower grades and lower scores. It helps you compensate those things because the personality is strong. So it's very important to work on the personality, to work on your personal brand, and to present yourself very well in the essays. This is why with my students I normally work for 4 months on their essays. We write those essays, we edit them 6 times or 7 times each of those essays. I help the student get rid of all the unnecessary words, all the unnecessary ideas, so that every word in that essay actually helps you get accepted. So this is important to do, and make a very big emphasis on those essays, recommendation letters, and activities, because this is much more important in the United States than in any other country. The universities differ in how they treat holistic review. For example, if a university is public and very big, thousands of students studying there, thousands of students or tens of thousands of students get accepted each year, then they do not have that big emphasis on the personality part, because it's too hard to consider all those thousands of students, and so they actually pay much more attention to the scores and to the grades, to the academic achievements. However, a private university or smaller university would pay much more emphasis on the personality part. So when you research universities, you can actually get the idea of what is more important for them, and there are open resources where you can actually see all the information that the university wrote itself about what is more important factor, what is less important factor. So consider those things. However, in general, if you want to apply to a very prestigious American university, study in the top US university, you need to pay a lot of attention to your personality part. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. This will help my channel to develop, which is very important to me. And press the bell. Please share in your comments your thoughts. What do you think about this video, and what topics you want me to talk about more in this channel? Do you want me to talk more about recommendations or activities or grades? Anything that you want to know more about, please share in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos and on my free masterclass. Bye bye!